when you think about all the different things that can happen to sabotage a relationship, all the ways in which you can describe it and what you've tried to work out about it. Sometimes people just fall out of attraction. The situations and things going on are just ways of causing the attraction to be lost. And unfortunately, it has to be complicated a lot of the time. For the most part, for me, what I've found is interference with family members, where there's been enmeshment and the family members have sought to get back full supply, emotional supply of the person that you've been with. A lot of this stuff I had to work out on my own. I didn't know anything about narcissism. I knew about the sinful nature from the Bible and the scriptures, and at a very in my mid-20s to late 20s, or before that, I wanted to find out what the evil was that was making me ruin relationships, because I ruined my fair share as well as a young narcissist, which was where you go into a relationship, get it all set up, have a run for a while, then lose value in that person, devalue the person, the relationship, and then bring about the demise of the relationship through a split up. And I couldn't really work out why I was doing it. I remember that I became aware of this problem because the people that I was with were not doing anything wrong. We're not doing anything wrong, yet I was discarding them, and I didn't feel it was right. So my granddad was a Baptist. He'd go to Baptist Bible studies and with a friend across the city in another town, and I started to go with him because I was concerned about my flaws, my personal flaws, and I learned some things about Christ. They did minister to me. The real life, real-time benefits of what you receive from Christ through His Spirit. And I began a very, at that point, slow personal journey as to finding out the evil within me. Call it narcissism, whatever you want to call it. The problem was my carnal, sinful nature. Now, I was lucky in a way because my mother was very ill when we were young, due to the fact that my father was a womanizer, and she got sick from all the stress and worry that he caused her. And we used to live with my grandmother as young children, little young children. I don't even think we were at school at this stage. And she used to say the Lord's Prayer every night. And I can remember some supernatural peace and comfort that would come with that, an awareness of who Jesus was. There was something deeper than just the words. There was definitely a real comfort that come with the prayer. And I guess at a young age I became a chosen one. And I have to look back and thank my grandparents for that. A Christian. And in a roundabout way, I wanted to overcome this evil that was within me. I wanted to do good, I was doing bad. And then I found Romans chapter 7 later in life. I met my first wife, and her family, the whole family, was dramatically introduced to Christianity. And I went to the church, the little church meeting, little rough, rugged Pentecostal church meeting, to break it up. I didn't believe that I thought these people might have been a cult. And one minister was a Hell's Angel, the other minister was a goody two-shoes. I couldn't even work that one out. There was witches up the back, hissing and carrying on. The ministers didn't care about that. I guess they just wanted the numbers. They couldn't sing, they couldn't play the guitar. I didn't even know what they were talking about when they gave the message. And I got saved. In the chaos and calamity and unorganization of it all, I got saved. From there, come on mate, we're not going to start. From there, our journey, my journey, intensified. I came across Romans 7. I got a book given to me, or I might have bought it, all about the temptation of sin, the influence of sin. And once I got an understanding, because I couldn't believe what Romans 7 was saying. What it was saying is, if you basically, just to put it in simple terms, if you try and follow the law, you will become evil. If you try and keep the law, you're going to unleash your carnal nature within you. If you try and make God happy or stop him from being sad by the things you think you're doing or not doing, outside of or alongside of the finished work of Christ, you're going to start becoming evil. And that was the answer for me. I knew I wanted to do good. I knew I didn't want to make anyone happy or stop them from being sad, and I tried to live my life like that, even though I was still a perfectly individual person. And that revealed to me the trigger that was switching on my carnal nature and causing it to, and allowing it to influence me without me even knowing. People don't know that their carnal nature is so well hidden within us that it can influence us in such a way we don't even know we're doing wrong or being bad. And so I figured to myself, okay, the Bible's given me the answer about how religious evil works. And this is why so many Christians are evil. If we think there's something we can do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad outside of or alongside of the finished work of Christ, that's going to arouse our sinful nature and empower it to begin to influence us against ourselves, to destroy ourselves and everything around us, then how does that principle parallel with a relationship? Because relationships are being destroyed, and there's no, in many cases, reasonable explanation for why this destructive behavior is happening. And it's only been recently that I've started to think that when we think that there's something we can do or not do to make our partner happy or stop them from being sad, beside the belief that we have in the relationship, then we cause things to go awry. We should already know the basics of making sure that we're behaving in a way in which is mutually fair and unharmful. We should already know by the basic principles of courtesy and give, take care and share that we are not trying or not going to make our partner happy or sad by negligence or omission or commission of sinfulness or just a lack of negligent behavior. We should be equipped to be able to run a relationship in a way in which we are of value to the person that we're with. And I realize that the carnal nature can also be initiated and aroused to work against us in the relationship by the things we think we need to do or not do to make our partner happy or stop them from being sad. It's not our responsibility to do that. It's not their responsibility to do that for us. But if we build a belief that just by way of normality that our partner is responsible for making us happy or stopping us from being sad, that's not only going to arouse our carnal nature, it's going to arouse theirs as well. So instead of just dealing with your own, you're dealing with theirs as well. So it's very important for you to understand that you have to deal with any codependence, deal with false beliefs that make you think you have to keep your partner happy or stop them from being sad, and vice versa, because that is going to implode into the relationship.